back to our series on the epic history of Rome. Today, we turn back the clock to explore the period of the Roman kingdom, a time when this soon-to-be mighty civilization was just beginning to take shape. Through the influence of early kings, warriors, and ordinary citizens, the foundations of Rome were laid, setting the stage for the empire that would one day span continents. The Roman kingdom lasted from 753 to 509 BC, a period in which Rome was governed by a series of 7 kings. Each king played a distinct role in the city's early development, establishing laws, customs, and infrastructure that laid the groundwork for the future republic and, later, the empire. In ancient Rome, the concept of kingship combined both political and spiritual duties. A king was more than a ruler, he was a high priest, a judge, and a military commander. This blend of power not only unified the people but also linked religious piety with civic duty, making the king's role central to both governance and worship. Romulus, the legendary founder of Rome, became its first king. Known as a fierce leader, he set foundational laws and created the Senate to serve as an advisory council. Under Romulus, the early structures of Roman society began to take shape. His legacy as both a warrior and a leader would influence generations to come. Following Romulus, Numa Pompilius took the throne. Unlike his predecessor, Numa was known for his wisdom and dedication to the gods. His reign was marked by peace and religious reforms. He established important religious institutions, introduced festivals, and created priestly offices, solidifying the role of religion in Roman public life. Ancus Marcius, the fourth king, focused on expanding Rome's influence. Known for his diplomatic approach, Ancus Marcius extended Rome's territory through strategic alliances and initiated the construction of crucial infrastructure, such as bridges and fortifications, to support the growing city. The Tarquin dynasty, particularly the rule of Tarquin the Proud, marked a shift toward autocratic power. This dynasty's reign stirred discontent, especially with the patrician class, due to the growing concentration of power and neglect of traditional Roman values. The Etruscans left a lasting impact on Roman culture, bringing with them advanced architectural techniques, religious practices, and symbols of authority. The influence of the Etruscans can still be seen in Roman temples, military organization, and governance structures. Early Roman society was divided into 3 main classes: the patricians, plebeians, and slaves. This hierarchical structure would remain a defining characteristic of Roman society for centuries, impacting everything from politics to daily life. Patricians held the highest social status, wielding significant political power and owning vast estates. This elite class dominated early Roman government, shaping policies and representing their families in all civic matters. Plebeians, the majority class, were artisans, farmers, and laborers. Although they held limited political influence, they were the backbone of the Roman economy and would eventually demand greater rights and representation. Slaves were a significant part of the Roman economy and social order. Many were prisoners of war or debtors, and they served in households, farms, and public works. Despite their lowly status, slaves were crucial to sustaining the economy. Under the kings, early Roman law was established with the support of a council of elders. This set the foundation for Rome's legal system, which would grow to become one of the most influential systems in the ancient world. Religion permeated every aspect of Roman life, with kings often serving as chief priests. Sacrifices, rituals, and omens were seen as essential to Rome's success and survival, binding the community through shared beliefs and practices. The Roman kingdom period saw the beginnings of Rome's unique cultural identity. Art, music, and oral storytelling began to reflect Roman values and historical narratives, creating a shared sense of purpose and identity among its people. Though the monarchy would eventually fall, its legacy persisted. Early Roman kings laid the foundation for the Republic, establishing the roles and institutions that would guide Rome's future governance. In 509 BC, the monarchy came to an end with the ousting of Tarquin the Proud. His removal marked a turning point in Roman history, leading to the establishment of the Roman Republic, a government ruled by the people and the Senate. To summarize, the Roman kingdom was defined by the rule of influential kings, the development of social structures, and the profound impact of Etruscan culture. These factors would shape Rome's future and its path toward republican governance. What fascinates you most about the Roman kingdom? We'd love to hear your thoughts and insights. Share them with us in the comments below. Although excluded from political office, women played significant roles in early Rome. They managed households, influenced family decisions, and participated in public festivals, contributing to the social fabric of Roman society. Early Roman kings established the foundations of Rome's military, organizing forces to protect the city and expand its territory. This nascent army would become one of the most powerful forces in ancient history. Rome's economy relied heavily on agriculture and trade, transforming the city into a commercial hub. Early markets and trade routes facilitated not only economic growth but also cultural exchange with neighboring regions. Education was primarily reserved for the elite, with an emphasis on law, rhetoric, and philosophy. These studies laid the intellectual foundation for the sophisticated legal and political systems that Rome would become known for. Public spaces, such as the Forum, were essential for civic life. These spaces provided a venue for trade, political discussions, and communal gatherings, reflecting Rome's emphasis on community engagement and discourse. The early Romans were heavily influenced by their neighboring Sabines. Through alliances and intermarriages, Sabine customs, deities, and values merged with Roman traditions, enriching Rome's cultural and social fabric and fostering unity among diverse groups. A powerful emblem of authority, the fasces, a bundle of rods bound around an axe, was carried by the king's attendants. This symbol represented both unity and the king's power to administer justice, a tradition that would continue throughout Roman history. The early architecture of Rome reflected simplicity and practicality, with buildings made primarily of wood and thatch. Over time, kings introduced sturdier constructions using stone, including the first temples and fortifications, setting the stage for Rome's architectural grandeur. As Rome's monarchy gave way to a republic, a new era of citizen rule began, bringing profound changes in law, politics, and society. Join us next time as we explore the rise of the republic and the early battles that defined its ideals. Stay tuned as we dive into the formation of the Roman Republic in our next episode, exploring how the end of the monarchy paved the way for a new era of governance.